Welcome to the Hancock Hill Homestead page today. Kind of out doing a little riding today. I know I'm having to watch the road today while I'm driving. But it kind of occurred to me last night. Some of them, you all make fun of me doing whatever, but I don't care. I make fun of my own self sometimes. But I enjoy doing, certain things, trying to teach people something. So today I'm kind of doing one for fire prevention, for the homesteads, because, a lot of people don't realize, and that's what I said, realize that with the fire departments trying to get into your homestead, trying to help you out, that making access to your homestead, I know we want to have our privacy, we want to be left alone or whatever, but guess what? Fire happens to all of us. Even if you're in an off-grid situation, or you have a he shed or she shed, man cave, or just an outbuilding or a log cabin or whatever you want to call it, or either it may be your residence, your house. Making access to it. You kind of sometimes look at us like, well, why ain't you here already? Well, I'm going to show you some prime examples today why we can't make access sometimes, and it slows us down. And I know everybody likes their privacy. They like to be left alone. They don't like certain people visiting or just driving up to their house. But I'm going to show you a few examples today as I ride around, and I'm going to show you some good examples of some houses that, they're not aware of. 2 or 3 seconds may save your life. Just getting into your property. I know that I talk a lot about me growing stuff and all that on my homestead or my little garden or whatever like that. And same way with picking blueberries or whatever. But making access to people's house, to your house. Yeah, we like our privacy. We like to have our pets in a safety net. But the thing of it is, when you're protecting one thing, you're restricting another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few examples while I ride down the road, and I'll be back and forth with you. I'm kind of waiting on some traffic to go by, and I'm taking my time, not being in no hurry. And that's what I said. I'm just going to turn the camera around. You'll be looking out the front window, and then I'll come right back to you. But that's what I said. They're just different ones. There goes my old buddy Jonathan. He knows where I'm at. But anyway, look out this front window as I pull up here to look. And then that's what I said. You see, if I was to come and go to a fire call to your house, and then I'd rather if y'all didn't pay attention to a whole lot, but anyway, you see, how are we supposed to get a fire truck into that? You see all the trees? You see it's not a good access. Our big fire trucks don't fit in a little tiny hole. I mean, if you damage our fire trucks, that's another cost that you're taking away from us, that we have to replace it to put on the fire trucks. And that's money out of your pocket, because every time that we damage something on a fire truck, it takes more money than buying supplies or either needed stuff to be able to do what we need to protect you. Just had a good illustration with one of my firemen. Was talking about grain bins. How many of us are prepared for a grain bin? Somebody trapped inside of a grain bin. We're not prepared. I mean, we can't afford to buy some of these high dollar tools. You gotta excuse my camera, but this road is rough. But the thing of it is, how can you do those things if we're taking and buying stuff and putting equipment on trucks, and we're fixing lights or fixing a dent or repairing the truck back to where its original state, trying to make it good? And I mean, I'm not trying to advertise any bad things for anybody, but I'm gonna show you another access. You can see it to my left. You see? I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but what I'll do is if nothing's coming, I'll back up and I'll put you at the front windshield again. And then that's what I said, just hang on. All right, if we were coming with a fire truck and we went to turn into your house here, Do you see anything saying that we can get in here or out in a hurry? You see the truck's wider than some of these holes. And that's why I'm telling you. Our fire trucks are wide. Trying to get in that little tiny gate. And you damage our fire trucks, your fire trucks, because they really don't belong to the fire department. They belong to the people who pay taxes and pay other stuff. And so making access to your home is a good thing. The other thing is having something like this coming up. If you can see this here, this hydrant here, having that close by means a lot. And having them clean, don't pile your trash around it. You know, doing stuff that way. You know, having to be able to make access is number one for us, because we on a time limit thing, and people don't believe that time has a effect with a fire. You know, a small fire starts small, but it don't take long for it to become a big fire. And how much damage can, you know, your fire cause to your property, to your house? I got another driveway here, and then that's why I said, you'll see this driveway is made access clear. And that's why I said, this, you know, that's what you're supposed to have. You got to have it clear where we can get in. Not only does, in the middle of the night, and you're having an emergency call for the EMS to come out, and you need somebody to help you. You falling and you can't get up, and you've alerted your medical alert. All right, if the gate's locked or the road is blocked, or you got these trees are, excuse my radio, but anyway, that's what I'm telling you. If you got the road blocked where we can't get in and can't get in there to drive the ambulance up to you, it's going to take longer for the guys to walk up there to your house to make being able to get to you. So if you help us help you by doing a couple of things, it would mean a lot. And that's why I said, I got another prime example of another one, and I've talked to these people on 2 or 3 occasions, and you know, I'm not bashing them, I'm not talking about them, but they got a alarm system and everything else, and they also get packages and stuff. They got an electronic gate, and the thing of it is and it talks about gate is locked for safety. There's a dementia patient here, you know, and we understand that. But the thing of it is, the fire department or EMS needs some type of passcode or easy access to get in. And as much as we have talked to a lot of people, you know, sometimes we make sense to it. But this one's got a lock and an access gate on it with a chain just to keep somebody from getting out. And I understand why. You know, I don't want somebody roaming around in the road and get hurt, especially a family member that you love a lot. And I understand that fully. But let me show you this one right quick, and you'll see. And that's why I said, it's pretty road, it's easy access, but with the gate and all there, it's tight. It's very tight for a fire truck that is super wide. And then, you know, trying to make access with a fire truck that we got to be able to come in and get in and out pretty quick with a tanker that, you know, takes up a lot of room. That means a lot, because, you know, even though we do have a training that's in our state, in our communities, and about being fire wise and fire safety, that we teach the children at schools about stop, drop, and roll, and checking your smoke detectors and stuff like that. But how often do we think about how our access to our house? I mean, if we can't get into you, how can we help you? So you had to forgive my camera because it's bouncing all over the place with this rough road. But you know, you can't help that. That's just part of life. You know, roads are going to get damaged and tore up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get away from this area I'm at, and then I'm going to stop and kind of go over a couple other things that same way we do with these and you had to forgive my car. I got some plastic in the back seat and some other stuff, but I'm trying to hide not only that, hide a little area that I may be in, so that way I don't advertise somebody's privacy. I don't want somebody's privacy to be put out on YouTube and me not have all the permission. But going from the right of way and then being with the fire department, being able to be able to share some stuff. I know that the guys laugh at me and I laugh at myself about a lot of things, but when it comes to fire safety and the safety of people, then I kind of take it a little serious. And you should too. You should take a lot of life safety classes and stuff like that and be really, really proactive about it. There's some things that we teach to children all the time. And, you know, a lot of people always ask, well, you know, how often do you change the batteries in your smoke detectors? How many of y'all forgot? We do it every time we turn the clock backwards or forwards. Sometimes that's a little long. Sometimes the batteries don't last that long. So monthly, you're supposed to be checking this. How many of y'all have checked yours this month? Not only that, the fire extinguishers in your house. Have you got fire extinguishers in your house? Have you got them outside of your house? Have you got them in places that, you know, that you could help you? One thing being in a garage or near your car shelter or not in, you know, in your kitchen or close by your kitchen. Also near your bedroom and your bathroom. We have more dryer fires and stuff like that and appliance fires and kitchen fires than we do anything else. The good thing of it is we've not had many people lose their life. And we have had some in the past that some have lost their life over a cooking incident in the middle of the night or whatever, that they got overcome by smoke. You know, they're cooking something and they think they got it turned down enough and they don't. They lay down on the couch, they go to sleep, and then that smoke overcomes them and it puts you in a more deeper sleep. So that's what really kills you, is the smoke inhalation. But I'm here just to look out for our homesteaders today and our people out there, my friends and my family, that, you know, once a month, you got to go around and mash this little button and check this thing and make sure it's working. Yeah, it's loud, it's aggravating, but the thing of it is, this is what's between you and death in a fire. That's how serious it is. This is between you and death in a fire. You should have one in every bedroom, the hallway next to your bathroom, not in the kitchen. I would even say not even put it in the bathroom, but put it right next to it. Put it pretty close to the door there at the bathroom. But, you know, the thing of it is, having it where you know that where you may sleep, even in your living room, because how many of y'all get in your recliner, kick back? Oh yeah, man, this lazy boy chair, it knocks me out every time I get in it. How deep a sleep do you go in it? So why not go ahead and check your smoke detectors and stuff like that? The other thing that I see, and I know that I'm going long here, but you know, we live in a world that we love pine straw. How many times have you piled pine straw up right around your house? If you got brick, it's not as bad. But if you got vinyl siding on your house, or you have vinyl boxing, that thick pine straw that you pile up around your house, you know, guess what it does? Have you ever took some of it out, put it out in the yard, and took a match or a lighter and light it and see how fast it burns, how hot it burns, how much smoke it makes? You need to try it. I promise you, you won't regret watching it, because we've had several incidents that we had a kitchen fire in the past, and I'm not revealing where it was at, but we had a kitchen fire that started on the stove, went through the vent, through the wall of the house, caught the plastic on fire, come down and caught the pine straw on fire around the house and burnt all the underpinning, and it smothered up the whole outside and inside of the house due to a kitchen fire. Where we could contain it to a small kitchen fire, now it's being a roaring fire all the way around outside the house. And then you have to locate the one on the inside that, you know, you really didn't think it would start from the inside. Being on the outside, it had to start from outside, but no, it started inside and worked its way out. So you have to be prepared. And same way with us fire department, we train on a monthly basis on trying to be able to do things safely and more for our people, to make sure our people stay safe. Do we do that at home? How many of y'all have practiced a fire plan, a pre-exit fire plan that you try to get out of your house? You know, we don't. How many of y'all woke up in the middle of the night and went in there and set off an alarm, set off the smoke detector, and get out. You know, which way they gonna go? Most of the time they're gonna run into the kitchen where it's possibly the fire is at. Or, you know, and then that's why I said, you know, we need to be making exit. Get out of the house. Get out of the smoke. Get in the fresh air. Breathe it. Don't stay in there and try to fight it. You know, because if you ain't got the protective clothing and stuff the fire department does, and don't wait to call the fire department. People wait usually 5 or 6 minutes, and then they'll call the fire department. Guess what? All right, that's 5 or 6 minutes. It's going to take us to get up, get ready, come to the fire station, get a truck, and get to you. Unless you got a paid department, which most rural areas don't have a paid department. And then it's going to take them at least 5 to 10 minutes to get to you. So you got 15 minutes that you're waiting and waiting. And plus on top of that, that was 5 that you waited to call. That's 20. How much time has that fire had time to grow? So, you know, be thinking about those proactive things to be able to slow things down. If you got a fire in the kitchen and you can put a pot lid on it, smother it out, or if it's something else, you can take a fire extinguisher and put it out. We've had multiple times that people have called us and then think about once they get us on the way, they say, I got a fire extinguisher. Let me go get it and spray my car. My car's burning. Put out the car. It may be small, need a little rewiring, put an alternator or something on it. Guess what? They still got the car. Same way it would be for your house. If you put the fire out when it's small, that means you don't need us to come and put out a big fire. But we still can come and we can help you. We can take fans and stuff and hurry up and get that smoke out by ventilating a house and helping you do that to keep all them foul smells and that burnt smell a lot out. Not all of it, but a lot of it out. It'll help a whole lot easier for you on the cleanup. So don't hesitate to call, but the thing of it is, you got to do a little pre-planning you start with. You got to help yourself before anybody else can help you. The bushes that are growed up around your house, yeah, my nose is itching. The bushes that are growed up real close to your house, make sure you got a barrier between it. Because if it gets really, really dry weather, them leaves and everything else gets real dry. And if we had a wildfire or anything like that, it's possible that it could even burn your house. And, you know, if you got them way away from your house, guess what? That's a break. That's a barrier that you ain't got to worry about that fire getting right next to your house. But if they grow right up to the house, then you got a potential hazard. So think about how you pre-plan your stuff out about growing your bushes and for your house and stuff like that. And do that. I know that I'm not really talking too much about the homestead stuff today, but I'm talking about the fire safety part. And I realized that last night. I was, you know, being harassed like I usually get, and I usually harass back, but I don't care. You know, I'm trying to make sure that I teach somebody something, if it ain't doing nothing but how to pick something to eat, you know, do that, or better than that, install a smoke detector. You know, if you really truly need a smoke detector, you can contact your local fire department and Red Cross, and they can help you. They can help you get one of these that'll last 10 years without having to replace a battery nowadays. They got them with a lithium battery in it that lasts 10 years. You mark the date on the side, and then the thing of it is, 10 years later, as long as you keep testing this thing, mashing that little button once a month that you know it's working, so that way you keep up to date. You're on your safety part. The other thing too is installing your house as a carbon monoxide detector. It always pays to do that. If you burn wood or you burning propane gas or you're on natural gas, it'd be nice to have one of those in there. That's one of those tasteless, colorless gases that you can't see that will kill you. It ain't like smoke of a fire. It's real, just clear as the window is on the side here. I know I'm in the car riding today, but I just wanted to be able to stop a minute and share this with you. But I know that I'll probably get bashed a little bit about certain things. I'm trying to, you know, touch on some bases for everybody to be able to do. Even if you got those little she sheds or whatever like that, man caves or whatever, them little, I don't know, outbuildings we call them. If you got one, you're living in it, even in a camper. If you're living in a camper, you need a smoke detector just as much as somebody who's in $1 million house. Yeah, we understand that you can't afford something or whatever like that. I do understand that 100%. Because nowadays in times it's hard for certain people, but you know, you gotta crawl before you can walk. And like babies are gonna fall, and you're gonna help them up to make sure 2 or 3 times. Even if they get hurt one time, you're gonna comfort them and then let them go again. They're gonna fall again till they get it right. So how about you do the same thing? You know, just throw a little thing in there. You know, the Lord loves us all. He all gave us the ability to choose. He gave us all the ability to be able to serve him or not serve him. So it's your choice. Don't point the finger at somebody else when something happens to you and you've not made the right choice. Do a little pre-planning ahead of time. Make sure you're in your house that you got an access that is not blocked. Make sure your hallways are opened from your bedroom to the outside door, that you can get out without having to stumble over something. You know, make sure you do a little maintenance, clean up around your house. I mean, yeah, it gets to be where, you know, you get used to it, and then once you pile it up around there, and I'm guilty. I promise you, I'm guilty. I'm a wood collector. I'm a junk collector, and you get used to having it piled up or whatever, but you need to clean up every once in a while. Take a little pride in yourself. If you don't do it for nobody else, do it for yourself. But it helps out with the looks of places. It helps out with a lot more things with fire safety. It makes it where you can get in and out, and people can get into you to help you out. I think about all the times, you know, that me and my mother has talked here recently, you know, and talks about, well, what would you do if they had a heart attack? And, you know, well, we're going to try to get them out and get them to the hospital where we can get them some help EMS, get them in and get them out. Well, what if they can't get in? We'll get in. Trust me, if we have to secure the door somehow or another after we get in, we're going to get into you. But the thing of it is, help us not tear up our equipment trying to get in to help you. All it takes is a little bit of time, a little bit of effort. Make sure your access is open to get your help in that you need. I know that I carry on a good bit, but I'm serious today about it. Not laughing matter. When it's pertaining to your life and how you live and whatever, now's the time we need to take it serious. Nobody else is going to replace you. You can't get a replacement for you. All we can get is just pictures of you, maybe a video of you. And it's just like I said when I first started mine. I did this because my wife and them said that I make good YouTube videos, and I try to. I cut up. I like cutting up. I like laughing. I like being able to share. But I'm leaving also. Some people ask me, well, what you doing it for? Well, you know, one of these days I always wanted to know how my granddaddy was. You know, I never got to meet my granddaddy Rivers and talk to him. I never got to meet my granddaddy Hancock and never talked to him. I talked to my mom and daddy, and you know, being able to talk to their parents is a lot. Being able to learn something from them. My granddaddy Rivers was a great mechanic. My granddaddy Hancock was a great farmer. I mean, he used to sharecrop and do other stuff, send an old B John Deere tractor and an A John Deere tractor out to harvest wheat and stuff for other people. And then they cut firewood and stuff, you know. I got questions I would like to ask him, like, well, Grandpa, how did you wind up getting to do this here, you know? And my great ancestors, you know, the only way we're going to be able to do that is you got to leave something either wrote down or either a video or something like that. How many of y'all have that same thought? I know that quite a few of you do. And I hope you have that eager thing to learn. But anyways, I'm going to get off here and quit sharing so much of my personal life. But thing of it is, if you can help us with the fire service, help you by making access into your house. Look at some of these examples that I showed in the earlier video. If the gate's blocked, your road's blocked, or the trees is grown up so thick that you barely can get the truck in, or the gate's so narrow that the truck can't go through, we can't help you. I don't know what we're gonna have to do other than take a chainsaw and cut the post down and throw it out of the way. But all during that time, the fire's still burning, and we're trying to get the saw cranked to get the post cut so we can get in. So make it easier for us to help you. Make it easier for us to get EMS to help you. And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the ones y'all do watch me. I know that I do a lot of cutting up. I make a lot of laughs too. I even told some of them last night, I laugh at myself sometimes when I'm on here. But I'm serious today. I'm very serious today. I'm serious as ever, and I mean it. Go home. When you get home, if you're home now, get up out of that chair, because it's about over with. Check the smoke detector. Mash that button. Get out there and check it. Don't be so lazy and not try to, because it may be between you and death. That'd be the only thing to keep you from dying. So, but if God calls you and you're ready, then amen, glorious to God that he accepted you home. Other than that, thank y'all for watching here at Hancock Hill Homestead. Glad I could be able to serve you and help you in the community. Y'all have a blessed day. See you on the next one.